Hey, God bless everybody. Welcome back. It's Saturday, and we're happy that you joined us today. We know it's a busy weekend. Normally, everyone wants to spend time with their families, but we appreciate each and every one of you guys here with us today. And we just hope and pray that you guys will be blessed with today's word and with the worship that we're going to be giving to the Lord. So, for today's topic, what are we going to talk about today? This week, it's been kind of pushing on my heart. Every conversation I feel like I've been having this week with random people, friends, family, everything has been revolving around the power in prayer. Everything has been about prayer. And I know it sounds repetitive. I'm sure you guys must have heard it a million times, but I'm going to say it a million times more. There is power in prayer. And so today's topic, we're going to be talking about prayer. There's a lot of power in prayer. Everything that you go through can be resolved through prayer. And this week, especially within the last week or so, it's like I felt like everybody I kept speaking to, everyone I kept talking to has, either gone through some situation, and my answer somehow always ends up being prayer. Everything is in prayer. There's nothing too little and nothing too big that you can't pray off. You're going through situations financially. I'll tell you what, the answer is in prayer. You're going through things in your marriage, the answer is in prayer. I can't tell you how many times that just, either situations I've had, with my wife, starting off a relationship, things are always bumpy. Not every marriage is perfect, and those that paint it perfect, they're hiding something, so don't believe it. But, we would go through a lot of, situations. It would be tough. I had my ways, she had her ways, and, trying to join together and find a middle ground, is not always the easiest thing to do. But every time things felt at its worst, the answer was in prayer. I don't know what you guys are going through right now. I'm not sure what you're dealing with at the moment, but I guarantee you that the answer is in prayer. We find ourselves struggling to just get by every day. We find ourselves in situations that, we never thought we'd be in, but the answer is in prayer. There's something so powerful and so simple about prayer. You don't have to do anything too crazy. If you don't know how to pray, it's just talking one-on-one with God. There's nothing crazy. You might hear all these other people sound very fancy when they pray. You might hear them say these big magical words that you're just like, wow, that sounds nice. But you know what? God doesn't care about the fancy. He cares about what's important. He cares about the quality of your prayer. How sincere are you? So anytime that you're just in a scuffle and just don't know what to do, you feel like you're drowning, you feel like things are just not going your way, I'll tell you that the answer is in prayer. Prayer is so important. And as a Christian, it's one of the strongest weapons you can ever build in your arsenal. And every situation that you can find yourself in, I can guarantee you that the answer will always be in prayer. Everything that you look for, the things that you're struggling with, and you're just wondering, what can I do to just find myself out of this situation? I'll tell you right now that the answer is in prayer. There's nothing more powerful than someone praying and looking for the Lord. And the great thing about prayer and the great thing about our God is that there's nothing too small and there's nothing too big. My prayers range from as simple as letting my daughter sleep at night so that we can sleep to, Lord, you see financially how we're doing right now. For this virus has closed down the barbershop I was working at. Thank God we're open now, but for all that time we were closed. And financially, we were just like, well, how are we going to do this? My wife was the only one working. I'm staying home with the baby. Barbershop is closed. There's no other income. We just bought a house. It's not the smartest move. It's not the smart things that you think we can do. But, when you take the time and look for the Lord, and you pray and you just ask God for guidance, you ask God for wisdom, you ask God just to direct you, He always answers. No matter what. Whether if you like the answer or not, it's a different story. But He always answers. And I just thank God each and every day, and the blessing, as you can see, we're living in a new home. I just started working not too long ago, but we've been in this home already going on our second month now. And it's been through the grace of God that we have exactly what we need, that the bills are being paid off. Everything that we have right now that the house needed, we were able to get. Our basics we were able to get, and it's all through the power of prayer and trusting in the Lord, looking for Him, and the thing is, like, with this virus situation, it's given us a lot of time to just be alone. We were given so much free time now that we were filling up with either work or going to church physically, that I think we all got crazy and just started doing other stuff with that time that we had, instead of utilizing that time to look for the Lord, or utilizing that time to spend time with the family in prayer, or spend time with the family in your own little home church, little videos that we're doing throughout the week. It's for you to sit down with your family and to engage and to receive a word. The Lord is not giving us this time. The Lord's not allowing these things to happen just so we can waste the time on something else. He's giving us this time to really search for Him, to pray, and to build a stronger relationship with the Lord. And the question is, are you really taking advantage of that time? And I'll tell you right now that if you're facing situations, you got to ask yourself, where's your prayer life? Where is your life at? What are you doing with the time that the Lord's giving us? He's not allowing these things to happen just so we could just waste the time. Take advantage of this moment. Look and seek for the Lord. Pray. Your answer to your problem is in prayer. And I cannot stress that enough. I've heard it a lot growing up when I was little. My dad kept drilling that in my head. And, it's not until you go through, problems that, you find yourself really starting to pray and looking for for solutions. But, it's like, until a problem occurs, are you just not going to pray then? Until you find yourself in need, are you not going to be looking for the Lord? You need to pray and look for the Lord and just ask for help. And I think sometimes it's hard for us to ask for help. Or sometimes it may feel like, we keep bothering the Lord with things. We keep bothering the Lord this. To God, it's not a bother. Whatever situation you're dealing with, it's not a bother. Talk to Him. If you want your issues to stop, then you need to pray. If you're having problems personally with yourself, if you're finding yourself struggling with sin, if you're finding yourself falling back into the same traps that the enemy had you in before, it's time to wake up, pay attention, and start seeking the Lord again. One thing that I know that the Lord is doing throughout this is giving us the time before He comes to pick up His church, to truly get ourselves situated with Him, to find ourselves in a better position than when we were at before, so that we can make it heaven. He wants to have everybody come. He wants everybody to join, as much people as we can get. We're trying to get everyone in there. But you also have to put in your part. Take advantage of the time the Lord's giving you to be with the Lord. Because you know for sure that when the Lord comes and you're not ready, you're done, you're hit. So I just want to encourage each and everybody that is watching here, whatever situation you're finding yourself in, whatever problems that you're dealing with, the most important thing you can do is pray. Look for the Lord and just take advantage of this time that He's given us. Spend time with your family, spend time with the loved ones, but look for the Lord. Take time out for the Lord. All that extra time that we're gaining, not going to services during the week, doing this and that, use that time and just look for the Lord. Whatever little thing that you can do just to find some extra time, just pray. I'm telling you that your life will be so much better. Your day will start off so much better if you just pray. So just keep on praying, keep on looking for the Lord. Take advantage of the time. My wife is going to be joining us now to go ahead and worship. So I'm just going to ask you guys just to reflect on the word, and just while we're through this worship session here, just ask the Lord just to really minister to your heart and to check yourself. Find out, what am I doing? Is there anything I can do to better my situation? So we thank you. I'll see you in a sec. I'm gonna grab my guitar, grab my wife.
We have videos coming out every single day. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Join the conversation and leave questions and comments below. If you want to know more about GSM, check out our website in the description. Thank you and God bless.